Nice cut. That's what they got to do.
And he almost missed the dunk.
Give him a thank you.
He had a position on Adebayo. Here's May.
Pretty switch.
Oh, way to use that left
How
hand.
about that switch?
May.
Nice pump.
Gets set up. Oh! Splashes the three. Fox had scored Kentucky's first 5 of the game. Didn't score again until that bucket.
Nice
May
extra.
is
Great
fouled,
ball fake.
and it counts. With 5, looks up, driving in. May for the win. North Carolina with 0.3 seconds to go. An incredible shot.
What a find, too. We always talk about Pinson being a good passer, but May able to raise his level of play.
So you mean I've been doing all that yelling? I mean, what's up? Come on, Sam. Holy smokes. Yes, it is. It is Luke May Day here. Luke May Day here at the office. That's right. I mean, I'm sorry, Kentucky fans. I mean, you know, there was only a couple seconds left. And next thing I know, Kentucky's coming down the court. And Kentucky's coming down the court. 3, and I'm like, oh no, he knocked the bottom out of that net. My nerves were shot because, you know, I got the North Carolina bottle from 1981-82 national championships here. And, you know, North Carolina is the team I got picked to go all the way. That's the team, okay? All my other teams are gone. Bracket's over. Empty. Just North Carolina sitting there, right? So I'm like, oh no, what do we do now? Right down there. May, I'll tell you. He is a walk-on, folks. I tell you, I can't stand when people think that they can't get up and do whatever they want in life and go after it. I really can't stand that. It bothers me. Go get it. Luke May is a walk-on at UNC. And I don't have time to tell you what a walk-on is. You haven't figured that one out. So, anyhow, North Carolina going to the Final Four. We will talk more about that as we come to the close of the show. Now, let me recap a couple things on Congressman Doug Collins that I spoke about this morning. And you're going to hear all of the other pundits today pontificate, right? Is that what they do? They pontificate. You're going to hear them today all day. They're going to tell you who won, who lost. Freedom Caucus won. Freedom Caucus lost. Donald Trump won. This one lost. They're going to just over and over, you're going to hear it. I mean, I know Rush will have something great put together today at noon. I'm for sure of that. But I will go a different direction. If insult is added to injury, you got a problem. Republicans, you may not want to pay attention to what I'm about to say. But we will record it and we will come back to it as many things we do on the show. Okay? Strike one was the American Health Care Act. Strike one. Now, Donald Trump, although you know out there, I have endorsed, supported, well, I didn't endorse him at the first, but I have supported basically from the escalator, meaning the minute that him and, well, I endorsed Ivanka first. I'm sorry, folks. That's just the way I am. Because did you see that white dress she had on as she was coming down the escalator? So I endorsed her first. I thought, whoa, I think I can get behind this candidate. Then when Donald Trump went to the mic and started saying what he said, said, all right, already, get over it, okay? But anyway, right from the escalator, Ivanka, the first lady, and Donald Trump are coming down the escalator, okay? And right from that point, the point is, he's one man. He is one man. I understand art of the deal. I understand what a great businessman he is. I understand his ability to negotiate. I support all of that and agree with all that. I mean, Donald Trump's not finished here. But there's some things that Donald Trump can't do, and I know some of you are not going to like hearing that, okay? Strike one. Let me say here, Freedom Caucus, whoever, okay? Because I came out against the bill, and what did I say? I know some of you might not like it. What did I say last week? I said, if the President of the United States asked you to vote for the bill, vote for the bill, okay? So, strike one. Affordable Care Act. Strike two, Jon Ossoff wins. That's strike two in the 6th District. Strike three comes in 2018. I do not think Republicans, for some reason, are catching on that they're not going to be able to ride the Obama gravy train care bill any longer. You own it. Well, how the hell do we own it? We didn't pass it. Nancy Pelosi passed it. People know that. Republicans, you now own Obamacare. No, we don't. Let me tell you something. You have a whole group from Karen Handel to, we're gonna talk to Judson Hill tomorrow, candidate for the 6th District here on the show. From Judson Hill to Gray to Karen Handel, to Bruce Lavelle, you name it, all the way down the list of Republican candidates. You've got 5 Democrat candidates, but you have 11 Republican candidates in the 6th District trying to figure out exactly what the voters will accept in their statement on what they think of what happened to the health care bill over at last Friday. You better believe it, okay? What exactly do I say? Do I say I oppose the Freedom Caucus? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Freedom Caucus may be responsible. Now take it easy here. I'm not throwing them under the bus, but the Freedom Caucus may hold some responsibility for the 6th Congressional District flipping to Jon Ossoff. Maybe. I don't know, maybe. Because let me tell you what, if one of these Republican candidates in the 6th District get out there and start badmouth, because, all right, it's a special election, okay? And let me tell you, a special election in Georgia means there are no primary, so there's no Democrat primary and there's no Republican primary. Everybody has to run. It's just a wild race. Everybody has to run together. All 5 Democrats, the 2 independents, and the 11 Republicans are all running at the same time, okay? So one, you have a problem of not knowing who to run against. I'm just telling you right now, let's just get to the facts. You get these political answers, well, I'm not really running against my, Republican friends because, you have a hard time in a race like that wondering who do you run against? Because if you're in politics, you got to run against somebody, okay? So don't fall for that crap any other way. Excuse what I said. I should back that up. Don't fall for that explanation, okay? AKA crap. Anyhow, so they are sitting down there now. Do I support the Freedom Caucus and alienate the moderate Republican vote in the 6th District? Or do I support the president and do I support Paul Ryan, which supports the president, which everybody doesn't support the president in the 6th District because it's a more moderate district? Or do I support the Freedom, and then I alienate the Freedom Caucus voters? Oh yeah, there's a real box down there in the 6th District, whether you want to admit it or not. I mean, healthcare has spun a box down there for all Republicans. Now, we will get the ultimate test because Jon Ossoff, if his campaign is very smart, will be saying, we tried to get you to come along, because everybody likes that damn kumbaya stuff. I mean, everybody gets in these kumbaya moments, all right? We need to start singing kumbaya, the Democrats and the Republicans. Oh, we want to reach across the aisle. Well, that would be John McCain, which I totally oppose, Okay, so I'm not a reach across the aisle guy. Have you not listened to the show long enough to realize that's not me? Okay, but now you're going to get all these people who want to reach across the aisle, want to work together. President of the United States has opened the door to Democrats. Well, hell, Ossoff could write a campaign thing tomorrow saying, "I will be glad to be that Democrat that walks in Donald Trump's office and says, I'm here to fix health care." I'm serious, folks. Wake up. What the hell? I'm serious. He could be the guy say, hey, you can see the next commercial, John Ossoff saying, I'm the guy that will go to Washington, D.C., maintain my values, my commitments, my this, my that to the district, and I offer now to be that Democrat that Donald Trump wants to help fix health care. Well, you know, a lot of Democrats would be upset, but they still vote for him because they want him in, right? It's like Republicans having that bad candidate, but the Democrats will vote for him no matter what. Some people might hate the fact that he said Trump, but he could possibly get a lot of those moderate Republican voters that say, hey, when are we going to work on Obamacare and fix it or do something about health care? It is a box that puts John Ossoff in a position that if he squanders it, that's up, we'll see. But right now, that is the position. Because first of all, if Republicans think that they are going to be able to use this one more time, if Republicans think that they're going to be able to use Obamacare one more time, they are wrong, okay? The Republicans, I'm sorry, it's just like, this is like something I never said. I cringe to say this because it's just really disrespectful to somebody personally. The Republican that feels that the collapse of Obamacare will help them politically in 2018 is a fool. Period. If you think you're going to go home and run against, see, the Democrats have floated out fix Obamacare. Really? You not pick that up? We're willing to make adjustments to Obamacare to make the corrections. We never said it was perfect. We know it has some flaws. Okay? They got sound bites all over saying they were willing to fix Obamacare. The Republicans have messed this up to a point that fixing Obamacare doesn't sound bad now. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. Do not tune in if you don't want me to tell you the truth. I mean, there's a percentage of Americans that fixing Obamacare does not sound bad now. Does not. Oh. Guess what they're going to ask the Republicans? If you get on the stump in 2018 and say, it collapsed, okay? It collapsed. And you have people that lost their health insurance. You have people that can't find a doctor. You have people that can't get health care, can't get medical care. You have a disaster. And you think you're going to get on the stump and get a crowd together and say, we told you it would collapse. We told you and now we're going to fix it. Really? Let me tell you this little thing which you may not like or think is associated. I always told, I know you might not like, when you person brings their kids into it. I always told my kids, I'm going to let you get to the edge of the cliff. All right? Because everybody wants their independence. Everybody wants to do their own thing. So I tell kids, I'm going to let you get to the edge of the cliff. But I'm not going to let you jump over. Whether you like me or not, I'm not letting you jump. Okay? You may hate me for it, but I'm not letting you jump. So what is the Republicans going to do here? They're going to let America continue to get to the cliff. They're going to continue to say it's going to collapse. They're going to say, you heard a congressman this morning, hey, it's dead. I didn't make that up. I have it on video. It's dead. So it collapses? What about the media hype for how many the Republicans were standing and saying are losing their health care or can't get health care, or there's only one provider in the state, and the deductibles and the stories after the stories? What? You think Republicans are going to not, if I'm a Democrat, I will immediately run against a Republican all day long and say, I will fix health care. You know what? What if the first daggone Democrat in 2018 starts now? Watch if Ossoff wins. Oh, if Ossoff wins and if he does not, his campaign, I'm not giving him tips, damn it. I'm just saying, if his campaign is not smart enough today to say, hey, you remember Donald Trump invited some Democrats to come over and see what we can't do about a health care package. Because you got some Republicans saying, okay, maybe you can, because our Republicans couldn't do it. What promise will you make in the next campaign? 6th District. Now, I'm going to talk about a Karen Handel video in a minute. Not right now, Sam. I'll let you know in a minute. And I'm going to explain to you that I like Karen Handel, candidate for the 6th District. I like her campaign commercial. But I just don't think it's going to play again. And it's a great example of what I think, because, you know, you're going to have districts where people are going to say, well, if we let this Democrat in, only 1 or 2 won't hurt from here and there because it won't give them a majority. And then you wake up on election morning, you never know. It happened before. And the Republicans keep giving them the gift that keeps on giving is over. The golden goose is gone. Obamacare is over. You cannot run against Obamacare ever again, is my opinion. I'm saying this on tape. I could be totally wrong or totally right. I have no middle ground. But you cannot run against Obamacare again. It's over. Because the Democrats have offered to fix it. And you got a lot of people now out there in the United States that don't pay attention on a daily basis and say, hey, I got this Obamacare, but I don't have a doctor because I got to drive 120 miles. Or I got one provider and I got this deductible. And if they would just bring down the deductible a little bit, I don't see a big deal with the Obamacare. If they would just get me 2 doctors to choose from, I don't see a big deal with the Obamacare. If they would just add 2 or 3 providers, then you have a Democrat saying, I would have fixed it. We offered. Folks, again, they've confused the American people on health care. There's no such thing. The 17% of Americans that do not, the 17% of Americans that did not like, only 17% of Americans that like this bill, folks, that's not true. They don't even know what the bill is. Do you realize how the circle of who won is so different here? John Kasich won. John Kasich couldn't beat Trump in his own state that he's governor of, that he won twice. He lost to Trump in his own state. But Kasich hasn't give up. Kasich was he worked every day. I don't know about you. I made a mistake of getting on his email list. I get on their email list so I can keep up with their little stuff they put out, right? So I made a mistake every time I turn around. Kasich campaign is sending me something. Kasich hasn't give up. Kasich won. Wow, couldn't even win in a primary. He couldn't even win his one state. Kasich won this one. Charlie Dent in Pennsylvania won, right? In a county, in a district with a county like Northampton. Northampton flipped Republican. Charlie Dent's a liberal. He is an Arlen Specter. Darlin Arlen Specter of Pennsylvania is who Charlie Dent really is. Charlie Dent won. Okay? Tom Cotton won. Democrats won. Oh, they had a field day Friday. Freedom Caucus won. I'm like, how the hell do you get the Democrats to win and the Freedom Caucus to win in the same day on the same piece of legislation? What the hell is this? I mean, it's a Twilight Zone. I'm serious. You stop and think about it. Who all won except the President of the United States? I will close the day with what I think. People are confused with health care. They're confused with it now. I'm serious as can be. They're confused with it. The 6th District, that will be strike 2. And I know they're running commercials against John Ossoff. And I certainly hope that the Republicans down there figure out who they're running against, because you have to, no matter how diluted the campaign is. And I do hope Republicans are trying everything to make Ossoff the third candidate. See, I never hear that anywhere. They keep talking about the runoff and then they just assume it's Ossoff and a Republican. They never talk about the possibility of two Republicans being 1 and 2. Okay? Because Republicans want to play nice and they're not really out there fighting for the other Republicans' vote. I would fight like hell for the other Republicans' vote. Okay? Period. But anyhow, if it's Ossoff and a moderate or liberal Republican, there are some in that group, that could be strike 2, folks. And strike 3 is 2018, just around the corner. And the Democrats did offer to fix Obamacare. And the only reason I'm saying that is because to you and I that pay attention, we pay attention. But for the rest of America that's not paying attention, and it comes campaign time, and Democrats put those shifty little commercials up there saying they offered to fix Obamacare, and then they put those shifty little commercials up there showing the Republicans infighting, and they're united in these things. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We're going to take a brief break, and we'll be back right after these messages. Wrap this show up. I don't know what else I'm going to do today. I could take the rest of the day off after this. This has been such a good show. Okay, I might just do that. Take the day off. Sam, take us to break.
ACE is your